What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Rick Knows Hoops. I'm your host, Tyreek, as usual. The NBA draft's going on right now. I just got done with my live stream. It would have been on YouTube, but yeah, YouTube was acting funny, so I had to do it on my Facebook. But during the draft, the news got confirmed. The trade was agreed upon. You've probably heard it by now. I'll be a bad YouTuber if I didn't talk about this, and I wanted to get this video out as quick as possible, get my thoughts out there. Russell Westbrook is going to LA to play for the Lakers, to play with LeBron and AD and whoever else is going to be on that roster this season, man. But let's talk about it, man. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new. Y'all been doing amazing with the numbers lately. Like, y'all been doing great, bro. I really appreciate all the support. This is a place where we talk about NBA basketball, so if you love hoops, this is the place for you. And earlier today, the first report was the Lakers are close to trading for Buddy Hield from the Sacramento Kings. This is a trade that's been talked about for like the last 2 years. Buddy Hield for Kyle Kuzma, maybe a couple other pieces. Who knows? I think it was going to be Montrezl Harrell and Kyle Kuzma for Buddy Hield, and I was thinking like that's a very good trade for the Lakers. I really like that. They could add pieces, to that team to make them a very compelling roster. That's how I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. My laptop was kind of in the way, so I had to move it down. But that's what I was thinking at first. Then the news broke that they're in talks to get Russell Westbrook. And this is something that's been kind of rumored this offseason. But there wasn't really any confirmation from the big sources. Woj, Shams. They didn't really report on that too much. But then it just came out of nowhere today that they're in talks and they're close to an agreement. And my initial thoughts was I like the Buddy Hield trade more. I like the idea of getting a 40% shooter. Buddy Hield's pretty much 40% every year. I like the idea of pairing that up because the Lakers are a team that struggled shooting the ball the last couple seasons. Getting a solidified jump shooter. I like that idea. And potentially, you could lure a guy like maybe Spencer Dinwiddie or just re-sign Dennis Schroeder. Or maybe you can get a Derrick Rose to come to LA to be a secondary playmaker to LeBron James. The Lakers decided to swing for the fences and get Russell Westbrook to LA. Now, here's my initial thoughts. I mentioned that I think they could have maybe done a better job, but here's why I think this could work. You have LeBron James. That's the easy answer. You have LeBron, so I think if anybody can help Russ play winning basketball, I think it's LeBron. The other thing is the Lakers are not as good, obviously, when LeBron has to step off the court, and that showed in the postseason, and it showed when LeBron wasn't 100%. Now, if you have a guy like Russell Westbrook who can be a secondary playmaker and a third star to AD and LeBron, I think you have the makings of something that could be special, potentially. Now, you do have to worry about spacing. So, obviously, they need to add some shooters. They got to add some shooters. And the only thing I really didn't like about this trade, I think if you could have kept KCP, I would like that a lot. Now, Laker fans, they destroy KCP when he plays bad. If he has a bad shooting night or he shoots bad for a few games in the series, They bash him so much, and I honestly hate it because KCP was one of the most valuable pieces to this Lakers championship team in the bubble. And also, I mean, he was playing really good last season too. He was shooting close to 40% for the year. He would have his games where he does shoot bad, but shooters have off games, and he puts so much effort on the defensive side. He's guarding Dames, he's guarding Steph's, James Harden's. He's guarding the top guards in the league every single night. So when you're putting so much effort on defense, you're going to have bad shooting nights. And Laker fans, they love to bash KCP. I'm here to tell you if they don't replace him with an adequate player, that's a big loss in my opinion. I think if you could have kept KCP, I would have liked that a lot. I don't mind giving up Kyle Kuzma because I just think Kuz needs a change of scenery. I still think Kuz can be a very good NBA player. I still think he is a good NBA player. It's just, it's hard to have a good, rhythm when you don't have a defined role in a basketball team. If you've ever played on an organized basketball team, coaches will tell you what your role is. And if you don't have a defined role, you're not going to play well. You're going to be very sporadic. And Kuzma was very sporadic. He just was. Because he didn't have a defined role once Anthony Davis came to the team. They wanted him to be off the bench, then he would be in the starting lineup, then he would be this and he would be that. There was never no role. His first 2 years, he had a role. Scored the ball. Just scored. Now they were asking him to do a lot of different things that wasn't consistent. And that's why you've seen the inconsistencies from Kyle Kuzma. I think in Washington, given that they're trying to keep Bradley Beal, I think he could be a good secondary scorer to Bradley Beal. Because Kuz, when he was his first couple years, he was one of the best ISO scorers in the league. He could go and get you a bucket. So I like that Kuz is getting a fresh start. I think they gave up Montrezl Harrell, who just took his player option. The Wizards did struggle with big man depth. They were playing a lot of Alex Len. Daniel Gafford played really well for them. Robin Lopez was cool for them. I think Montrezl will be a good backup for this team if he does stay there. I think on paper it can be a good trade for both sides. I think for the Lakers, let's focus on the Lakers because they are the team that's trying to win the championship. It's going to rely on what else do they do this offseason. What else do they add to this team that's been lacking? They got to replace the defensive value that KCP had. You can try Wesley Matthews. He wasn't that good for y'all last year. Y'all can try Wesley Matthews. Y'all can try him again. You can try try and bring a PJ Tucker in. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, but one thing that Rob Pelinka has done since he's came into his front office is make moves, make championship moves. So I wouldn't doubt that Rob Pelinka can make another big-time move for this team. I really wouldn't doubt it. But this trade definitely caught, I think, the basketball world off guard. But I like it. I like it a lot for both sides. I like this trade a lot for both sides. It's going to be cool to see. I mean, we've never seen Russ as a third option. That's one thing I was saying during my live. We've never seen Russ as a third option. So, that's going to be an intriguing facet to this Laker team. Russ, you're not going to be relying on Russ to do as much, bro. He can really just, buy into being a playmaker. Maybe his defense gets a little better playing on a much better team. Who knows? We might see the best of Russell Westbrook. Especially when you got a big like Anthony Davis who can space the floor. So when they do run AD at the 5, spacing will be a lot better if you can add some more jump shooters. I don't know. The Lakers, they're not done though. I think this is going to be the first of many moves. We'll see what shooters that they might be able to add this offseason. I'm not sure who all is on the market, but they need 3-and-D guys. They need 3-and-D wing players. Replacing KCP is going to be big time. They did also trade their first-round pick, which could have helped out a lot. But you got to do what you got to do to get an all-star caliber player in Russell Westbrook. Some will argue he should have been All-NBA. I disagree, but some might argue that. But another dynamic big three in the league that could be very intriguing or it might not work out. But I think it'll be more so it might work out because you got LeBron, you got AD. Russ is a super competitor. And AD and LeBron have had all offseason to get healthy, get their bodies together. So I think it's looking promising for the Lakers right now, but they still got moves to make. I just want to get my thoughts out there real quick. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you missed the live, it'll probably be on YouTube next time, bro. Because I enjoyed live streaming, bro. Especially when it was very interactive in the comments. I really did enjoy that. So next time it'll be on YouTube for sure. But I appreciate y'all. Leave a like, subscribe if you are new. And I'm out. Peace.